Record. All right. I think we are recording. I think we are all ready to go. So before we start, big swig of aloe. Get my throat organised. Okay, guys. So really what I want to cover tonight, even though it says setting up a new member, the 10 steps to success, what I really want to cover tonight is the flow chart. As we're getting a lot of new members starting to join now, it's really, really important that you guys have got a step-by-step process that you take everybody through. The great thing about Herbalife is it's a proven success. The business has been operating now for 38 years. We're in 94 countries now, over 7 billion, in sales last year. So they are a massive, massive corporation. And the success of the company is due to the fact that they've had a very, very simple, pipeline in place, or the steps that you need to take. And all we need to do as individuals is follow those steps. You don't need to reinvent anything. You don't need to try and make any new products or re-enhance the marketing plan. That's all done for you. And the best way to success is just to follow what other people have done, add your personality. And it was always shared with me that if you spend 90% of your time doing the stuff that works, and spend 10% of your time experimenting, trying different things. Because when you look around the world over the last 20 odd years, the system that's been in place from day one from Mark Hughes has been use, wear, talk. That has never changed. Okay, that's our company philosophy. It's very simple. Use the products, wear some sort of branding, and get out there and talk to people. And that system has never been beaten. No one's ever built a faster distributorship or a larger distributorship than what Mark Hughes did in that very first 6 months. And then he went on to, run the company. So the steps are in place. Now, obviously, concepts change because, all of a sudden there was a stage where weight loss challenges were the big things. And then there was, online challenges. There's fit clubs, there's fit camps, there's boot camps, there's boot challenges, there's 3-day challenges, 6-day challenges, healthy breakfast challenges, healthy lunches challenges. All those are little ideas that revolve around what? Using the products, being branded and some form of brand that you're putting out there for your advertising, and talking to people about the products. That's what the Herbalife philosophy has always been. So the steps to success are very, very simple. The way you get to those steps is entirely up to you through your different methods of operation. Like I said, via fit clubs, whether it's boot camps, whether you're doing challenges, online challenges, offline challenges, live challenges, that doesn't matter. As long as you've got a process that you take everybody through, then you're going to build a very, very successful business. And the great thing about having a process that we know works is that if you help people do that same process, they're going to be successful. At what pace? That's entirely up to them. It's your life. So you can go as fast or as slow as you want. But understanding the steps means that you've got a proven step-by-step plan in place that you're following, and you're just helping other people follow those exact same plans. That way, if they come up against any hurdles, you're going to be able to help them because you're doing exactly the same stuff. But if I work in the building industry and somebody over here is in the hotel industry, I can't really help them because I don't know their industry. They can't help me because they don't know my industry. The great thing about having a step-by-step system is it works a little bit like McDonald's. See, in McDonald's, the reason they've got such a successful business is not because of their burgers. If I gave you guys $100, very few of you would go and spend that on McDonald's. So it's not the food that has made them so successful. What's made them so successful is that if you've got $1 million and you can buy a McDonald's franchise, your chance of success is 96% because only 4% of McDonald's franchises fail. And out of that 4%, I think it's something like 98% is because of location, not because of anything else. And the reason McDonald's is so successful is because every single store in the entire world operates exactly the same. They all follow exactly the same system. They wear the same clothes, they have the same menu, they have the same sauce, everything is identical. And that's why it's such a successful franchise, because if I get in a problem with my franchise, I can call McDonald's and they can say, okay, walk me through what you're doing. And they'll get to a point and go, that's where you're going wrong. You're doing this instead of doing that. Change that, fix this, and everything's going to be good. Our business is very much the same. So let's go through these steps over the next 30 or 40 minutes. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll have a clear picture of what you want to do with your brand new members to help them get off to the fastest start possible. Now, the first 5 steps, which we'll cover in a bit more detail in a minute, but this is a quick start setup. Number 1, they need to get registered. We'll cover how to do that in a moment, but they need to get registered as a Herbalife member. Number 2, they need to experience the product. They need to be taking the product. We are a product-driven company. It's very hard to go out there and talk to people about the products if you haven't had a result. Now, I was talking to someone today that a lot of people wait to talk to someone until they've had their full result. But at the end of the day, you're never going to get a full result because I'm 30 years on the products and I'm still looking to get a better result. I still want to get my 6-pack. I still want to get stronger. I still want to get fitter. I'm not stopping because I'm 52. So if I was like, I'll wait until I've hit my ultimate result, I'm never going to hit my ultimate result because I'm always going to be striving to get a little bit better and a little bit better. So there is no end in place. Experience the products means you've used it. You've experienced a result. Energy's gone up. I've lost a kilo. I've lost a couple of centimeters. I'm feeling good. You now know enough to be able to go and help somebody else. You don't have to wait until you've lost 20 kilos, 30 kilos, 50 kilos. Because once you've lost, let's say you've lost 3 or 4 kilos and 15 centimeters. Do you know how many millions of women out there would love to lose 3 or 4 kilos and 20 centimeters? Millions of them would. So why would you want to wait until you're at 20 kilos to help those people that just want to lose 3 or 4 kilos when you've already lost 3 or 4 kilos? It's because we're all thinking we need this big, big, amazing result before we can tell somebody else. No, you don't. What you need is an experience on the product. That shake tasted amazing. Hey, Fred, I'm starting on a weight loss program tomorrow. The shakes taste amazing. Do you want to do it with me? You've experienced the product. Okay, now Fred might go, no, we'll ring us back in a couple of weeks and tell me how you've gone. Fantastic. So you ring Fred back in a couple of weeks and say, oh my God, Fred, guess what? I've lost 2 kilos. I'm feeling great. Why don't you jump on a program with me? And Fred says, yep, I'm in. So you don't have to wait until you've had this mind-blowing result. Share your results as you go along. A list of goals. This is really, really important because if you don't have a list of goals, then it's very hard to show somebody, what it is that they need to do to get where they want to go. The first thing a travel agent is going to ask you when you walk in the door. Number 1, where do you want to go? Number 2, when do you want to go? I want to go to France and I want to go in April. Fantastic. They can now look online. Okay. They need to know where you want to go and they need to know when, what date. Otherwise, they can't book the flights. Your list of goals are exactly that. Tell me what it is that you want. Okay. Now you can cover things that they want, things they want to do, things they want to become, physical goals, personal goals, family goals, monetary goals, spiritual goals, whatever. Get a list of, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 goals so you get a bit of an understanding of where they want to be. Now, there might be some fitness goals in there, but don't just stop at that. Ask them about their lifestyle goals. You can ask them about their business goals. Would they like to earn some extra income? Find out about what they want. And if they can give you some time, lines on that, that's even better. I'm talking that there's a guy that's getting started on the products because he's getting married in a couple of months' time. So he wants to lose 10 kilos before his wedding. Great. So now we have a time frame and we have a goal. So we know what we're working with within the time frame and the goal that we're trying to achieve. So if I ring him tomorrow and I say, where are you? And, I see him come up on my Facebook, Tony just checked into Hungry Jack's, I can get on the phone and say, hey, man, you told me you got a wedding in 2 months and you're checking into Hungry Jack's. What are you doing? Oh, well, I just had a craving for a burger. Go throw it in the bin. You got a wedding in 2 months. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So you can help people stay on track, okay? If they're obviously then keen from a business standpoint to earn some extra income, like and trust. Now, what this means is make a list of people that they know, and normally the first half a dozen or a dozen people that are on that list are people that they like and trust. That's why they're on the list first. Now, there's a couple of questions you can ask people when it comes to like and trust. So, Mary, let me ask you, if you won $10 million tomorrow, but the only way you got to keep $1 million of it is you had to give out, 9 million to 9 other people, who are the 9 people you'd give it to? If we were going to throw a dinner party on Friday night, no expenses no expenses, spared, and I'm going to invite a whole bunch of celebrities, who are 10 of your friends that you'd invite? If you were broken down in the middle of nowhere, who are 10 people that you could call that would come to your assistance? Now, I'm pretty sure you're probably not going to invite someone to dinner that you're not going to give the $1 million to. You're going to give the $1 million to this person, but you wouldn't invite them to dinner. You'll find that normally the answer to those questions will come up with the same half a dozen to a dozen people. So they would be the first people that you would want to talk to and say, hey, I'm getting involved in these products. This is what has happened for my coach, and I've been on it for 3 days, and this is what's happened for me. And I reckon we could do great with this together. Let's have a chat. Just be honest and be upfront. If it's from a business standpoint, hey, Joe, I'm getting involved in this business. Looks like I can make some great part-time cash. They've got a couple of projects on the go. I thought of you. I'd love to sit down and have a chat to you. Simple stuff. Just be honest and be upfront and see where it goes. And then number 5, lock in a grand opening or a business launch. Somewhere where you can present what it is you're doing to a group of people is certainly a faster way to get your business off the ground. And it's real simple. Repeat. If you just did those 5 basic steps with every single member that you got, I guarantee you, out of every 10 or 20 members that you get, 4 or 5 are going to go supervisor. How could they not? If they're doing those steps and they're getting clients, which they would, eventually over 3, 4, 5 month period, they're going to pop through as a supervisor. That's just the nature of the beast. So if you're doing the steps, everything else falls into place. So let's just go through the first step. Number 1 is they need to get registered. All right, you can do that online. They get a pack, really, really simple to do. It takes about 7 or 8 minutes. And if you're not on our Dropbox link, make sure that you get on our Dropbox link, because there's a little email that you can send people that walks them through the steps on how to find the website, and walk them through how to fill out the registration form. But step number 1 is they need to get registered, okay? Always make sure that they've put in here that no, they have not received their members pack yet, so they'll get that delivered to them in the post, okay? Now, in your first 24 hours, you want them to go through the career manual. On the inside of the career manual is making your first sale in 6 easy steps. It goes through how to get your first client. So even if you're not working with them as a mentor and a coach, quite honestly, if they had that members pack and actually read it, they could find all the answers they need to building this business. Having a coach and a mentor just, gives you the warm and fuzzies, and it gives you someone that can help you. But at the end of the day, if you're serious about the business, it's all in the manual. But having a mentor to take you through the manual and through the steps just shortcuts the whole process. And what it does is it gives confidence in people that they have got someone there to help them. It's not just, hey, here's your member pack, see you later, good luck, mate. Okay? There's been enough of those businesses come and go, and that's why they come and they go. The reason they don't stay around is because that's what people do. They get them registered and don't spend the next second with them. You can't build a business like that. We're in the relationship business, so it's really important that they know they've got the support. Set out your goals and give them to your coach. Make sure they're writing out their goals. Use the products properly, to get a result. So make sure you're going through the products with people so that they're on it properly. You don't want to get halfway through the month and say, hey, how you going on the shakes? And nah, I haven't been taking them for the last week because I made 2 and I didn't really like the taste. Because you haven't done your follow-up, you didn't find out about that on day 1 or 2. You found out about it 2 weeks later. Gone. You've lost that client because there was no relationship there and no trust factor, okay? You want to build that trust factor as fast as you possibly can so that you're serious about helping them. They can see that you're serious about helping them, and that's how you develop the relationship to start building a business that goes beyond, just a casual, thing. Make a list of all the people that you know. Now, I strongly recommend putting a P next to the ones that you think might benefit from the product. They need energy, they need to lose weight, they want to gain weight, they're into sport, they're into, whatever they're into, okay? And a B next to people that you think may be beneficial to the business. Now, that could be beneficial to the project that you're trying to build. Maybe they've got some good skills. Maybe they're good at certain areas. They might want more money. They might want more fun. They want more excitement. I don't know what happens is. At the end of the day, we're looking for dissatisfied people. And what I have learned is by asking the questions, you find out where people are dissatisfied, and then you just offer some solutions to that particular area, okay? Whatever it happens to be, okay? Get them to take a good before picture. This is a mistake I made. I never took a really good before picture of myself, and I wish I had. And I've also made that mistake with some clients that down the track have decided to get involved in the business. And guess what? Because I didn't take a before photo of them, they don't really have a good one. So make sure they take a really good before picture, front on, side on, so that they've got that, A, for their own use later on, because there's nothing better than putting two photos together for them to see how far they've come, but also because you're planting the seed for what could come down the track. There's a perfect example. Imagine if we didn't take a photo of Sharon. When you see Sharon today, you wouldn't believe that was her. Look at Dallas up here. I mean, honestly, if you saw that photo and you didn't know it was Dallas, would you pick that as Dallas? I probably wouldn't, okay? I certainly wouldn't pick that as Sharon. If you showed me that photo and I didn't know who Sharon was, I probably wouldn't pick it. So make sure you're taking good before and after pics. Really, really important, okay? The following after that, the next 48 hours, so they've now been on the product for 3 or 4 days, this is when you can start talking to them now about getting to that next level, that next discount, the 35%. And you can explain to them how they can get to that 35% by just getting 3 or 4 clients, or if they want, just buy it in bulk. No problems at all, okay? So I don't have a problem showing people how to take advantage of the marketing plan when it comes to the products, because at the end of the day, if they're looking at it as a business, you want to be on 50% as fast as you possibly can. And I'm not going to hold somebody back from that. So I'm certainly going to show them the marketing plan. And again, on our coaches group, there's an incredible 13-minute video that explains the marketing plan in detail. And it's also in our Dropbox. So again, if you haven't got that, make sure you've downloaded it and keep that as part of your file. Once they've got their order, or they're considering an order, then you want to lock in the business launch, okay, or grand opening, shake party, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, it's not about doing a master blast of, come to my shake party and send it out to everybody on your phone book. It's, hey, Carmen, I've just got involved in some great products. I'm feeling great. I'm losing weight. I'm going to be holding a grand opening. I would love you to come and support me and sample some of the products. It's a personal text message. Now, when you invite people to a wedding, it's not just a generic invitation. It's addressed to the person, right? Dear Andrew and Carmen, would like you to attend our wedding. It just doesn't say, hey, do you want to come to my wedding? You know what I mean? So it's personal. Now, if you send out 40 or 50 invitations to a grand opening, you're probably going to get maybe 15, 20, 25 people go, yep, I'll definitely come. And out of 20, 25 that go, yep, I'll come, you'll get 10 or 12 that'll turn up. That's normally how it works. And if you've got a shake party or 10 or 12 people and you do your little presentation, you're probably going to get your 4 or 5 clients very, very quickly, and you're up and running. Okay, so it's the best way to get off to a fast result. As they're getting involved, you want them to learn how to package and share their story and other people's stories. It's really, really important that your clients, as they start to get involved in being members and helping others, that they learn how to package their story. Because in the beginning, they don't know. Oh, yeah, I've lost some weight. I've lost some centimeters. I don't know. I took all these tablets and this powder stuff that you mix up in water, and it tastes pretty good, and you have that instead of food. I mean, really? That wouldn't get me excited about anything. But if you learn how to package the story, oh my God, hey, listen, I got started on this Herbalife program. It's beautiful. You take these incredible protein shakes. You have them a couple of times a day in and around eating the food that you love. So you can still go and have a pizza. You can still go and have any food that you want. My energy's gone through the roof. I'm feeling fantastic. You know what? In 6 days, I've lost 3 kilos and 15 centimeters. This stuff is incredible. You've got to help them put that together. okay? Because they've never done this before, okay? They've never had to put a story together of their own testimonial, and people feel a bit weird about doing that. So make sure you're helping them package their story. It's the truth. Here's what your story is. It's the truth packaged in a way that it affects people when they hear it, okay? Is it powder and shakes and tablets? Sure, if that's what you want to call it. But what sounds nicer? Oh, you've got these incredible nutritional smoothies and you take a few supplements. Does that sound better than, oh, you got this powder and you take all these tablets? Same stuff, but it's just wrapped a little bit differently. So be smart about that. Get them to print off a whole bunch of before and after pictures. You want to set up a good little flip book. Really important to do that. And help them do that. Part of their career, part of their manuals in their members pack that they get, there's a book in there called Live the Good Life with Herbalife, and it's got serrated pages, which means you can tear them out and put the little in those plastic sleeves, and you can set up, very simply, your presentation folder. And my presentation folder just has a bit about Herbalife, a bit about the doctors, a bit about the products, and then guess what's in here? A whole bunch of stories, a whole bunch of testimonials, people's stories on the products. That's what a flip book is. Very, very simple. You can knock one up in about 15 or 20 minutes. So make sure they're downloading. Again, on our coaches page, more on our client page, there's an album with a whole bunch of before and after pictures of all you guys, all our coaches, all our clients. There's a whole bunch of stories in there that they can download and print off and read about. That's in the album on our client page. Also, there's an album in our Dropbox section, okay, called Testimonials. There's like 150 stories in there that you can download and print off, okay? Make sure they get a diary, okay, that they can put all their note and bits and pieces in. Make sure they've got a diary so they can write in appointments and they've got all that. And then what they also want is a decent journal. I make sure if you come into an STS or a kickoff, get a proper journal, a hardback journal, not scrappy pieces of paper that you'll lose, a nice journal that you'll keep. Because with those journals, I can pick up any one of my journals and open it up and go to a particular thing like Andrew Coltman 2016 spectacular, and I've got all his notes here. Unbelievable. So I can refer to that. Now, if that was just on scrappy pieces of paper, I would have lost them ages ago, okay? Set up your business tools, okay? Speak to your coach about that. What to do on Facebook, how to set up your free website, how to set up your Instagram, how to, add people to the groups, because you can access all of that. These are all for you guys to use. So as you can see, we've got a step-by-step structure in place. And if you follow these steps, you're going to be successful. These are not the steps I put together. These have been the steps that Pres team and Chairman's Club have put together that have been used for the last 20 or 30 years. So make sure, obviously we've changed some of them because now we've got social media and stuff like that, but you get my point. It's the same steps, okay, that other successful people are using. So register for the next success training. This is so important. I'm just going to put all this up here, okay? Really important that you get them to a success seminar as fast as you possibly can. In the members pack is a free ticket. Now, that's a $30 ticket that they get absolutely free, okay? It's an all-access pass to an entire day at a success training seminar. They get the shakes all day and they get the full day's training, and it's totally free for their first one. How unbelievable is that? That in their members pack, they get a tin of shake, plus that, valued at $70, plus they get a free STS ticket valued at $30. That's $100 worth of stuff that they're getting for $80. It's unbelievable when you really think about it, right? So make sure that they understand how important it is to get to the events. And I know you can't get to everyone. At some point you'll figure out getting to everyone is important. But, there's times when you can't because life and family and stuff like that. I understand that. But you certainly want to get to your first STS as fast as you possibly can, okay? Read about the customer care and follow-up. Again, it's all in the career manuals, okay? But again, guess what? In our Dropbox, we've got a whole section there on how to look after your clients, the documents that you want to fill out, very simple stuff on tracking your clients with customer care, pages like this. Everything that you need is there as long as you're accessing it, okay? If you're not sure where to find it, ask your coach and your coach will direct you to where you can find it in one of our groups or on our Dropbox. Really, really important, okay? Read book 3, become familiar with everything that's available to you, and we're back to those quick steps. So at the end of the day, everything that I covered there really falls under these 5. So you want to make sure that you're following those steps. Now, as a brand new person that gets started as a member, you should add them to our coaches page straight away. The minute they want to get registered as a member, or they have registered as a member, or they're interested in becoming a member, add them to our coaches page, okay? I've got people in that coaches page that were sitting in there for 5 or 6 months just looking at what we were doing to get a bit of a feel for who we are, that are now involved in the business, okay? So I certainly put people in there that want to check out who we are, no problems whatsoever. As soon as they become a member, they get there. Now, once they become a member, there's a pinned post at the start. And if you guys haven't all downloaded this, make sure you do. Download the Live Your Life You Dream Members Introduction Manual. It's a whole manual that walks you through the steps and walks you through. There's links to the videos. It tells you where they are. It tells you where to find them. You know, all of this is designed to help you grow and help you become an independent business person. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, okay? I don't have to send you everything because we've got a system in place. So as soon as a brand new member gets registered, hey, Joe, I've just tagged you on our front post. Make sure you download the pin post introduction manual. And when you have, you and I can go through it. So make sure if you haven't watched it or gone through it, that you've downloaded that manual and you've gone through everything in that manual so that you know what your brand new guys are looking at when they're on that manual, okay? We talked about Dropbox. So in Dropbox, there's a members there. Now, I know all of you guys aren't adding everybody because we've only got 23 members that are accessing it at the moment, okay? I know there's been a lot more invited on there. So you need to be checking with your group, are they actively on the Dropbox and can they access the files? Because once you're a member of the Dropbox, you can add other people to it. No problems at all. You just go along to here. In fact, I reckon it's that one there that you drop down, this little button here. If you click on that, it'll drop down. It'll say share folder or add members. And you can add your brand new members to it. And in there are all these different files, testimonials, retail, sports, stuff for supervisors, all the forms that you need. Everything is in there. The other one that I want to point your attention to is welcome to the Herbalife Fast Setup. And I love sending this to someone that's got some goals that want to get moving straight away, because in there are the 10 steps basically, but links to all the videos that they should watch to get off to a very fast start, okay? The things that they need. It's got the link to the product, clips, to the marketing plan clips, to how to build your business clips. All the training videos are on that link. And quite honestly, if you just went through every one of your members with that, they would be in a really good position to get off to a very, very fast start, okay? So it's really, really simple. But it's up to you to make sure that you are accessing the Dropbox, okay, and that your members are accessing the Dropbox. And the only way you're going to know that, communication. Not just sending text messages, hey, Mary, are you on Dropbox? Yes. Great. She's on Dropbox. Is she accessing it? You've got no idea because you're not speaking to her. So don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Hey, Mary, I know I've added you to Dropbox. Just want to make sure you're having no problems accessing the files. Can you just give it a run for me? You got that? Okay, fantastic. Let's now go through the quick setup steps together. Okay, I want to go through those steps with people so that I know that they've got it. Because I also know that I'm probably going to have to go through it more than once before it comes set. The other thing that I need to make sure is that as they start to get members, that they're filtering the same information down to those guys. So I might have someone on my 3rd level and I speak to them and say, are you on Dropbox yet? And they go, no. And I think to myself, okay, that means their sponsor hasn't added them. And it also means that their sponsor hasn't checked up to see if they have added them. Okay, so you've got to take responsibility for where your business is. You've got to take responsibility for where your business is not. You've got to take responsibility for where you are, and you've also got to take responsibility for where you are not. We have a set system in place, and if you follow the steps, in a good routine and just at a nice pace. Again, it's up your life, so you can go as fast as slow as you want. But if you go through with your coach step by step, within 90 days, you will absolutely 100% totally understand this business inside and out, and you will absolutely be knocking on the door to supervisor if you aren't already a supervisor within that time, if you've gone through these steps with guys. Okay? And our pipeline to success, where's my little picture? It hasn't come up there. Let me just try something. Aha, there we go. Okay? So it's really simple. If you want to get to Get Team and above, it's important to attend local events, as many as you can. I would definitely be attending our national events because they only happen a couple of times a year. So you've got your Spectacular, and coming up, we've got our World Team School. They are national events, okay, which means everybody flies into those events. Everything starts with an invitation. So you might have an invitation to come to your business launch. You might have an invitation to come to a fit club. You might have an invitation to come to a weight loss challenge. You might have an invitation to come to a shake party. It may be a business presentation or a HOM. A HOM stands for Herbalife Opportunity Meeting. Maybe you've sent out our little video clip that they've had a look at because they're interested in the business. Whatever it is, it's an invitation, okay? This is stuff that you can do, on a weekly basis and a daily basis. You could do all this every day, maybe shake parties. Maybe you're looking at doing one a week with you and your team. Maybe you're looking at doing 2 a week, maybe 2 a month. It's entirely up to you, okay? Monthly, we've got our coaches academies, we've got our STSs, we've got our supervisor schools. These all happen on a monthly basis. So you've got to think about it that there's only 12 of those a year. So if you miss 3 or 4, that's a quarter of them that you've missed. Now, you can't expect to be moving as fast in the business as someone else that's going to every event, okay? That's just a given. You're not going to probably go as fast as them. Having said that, if you're working with your group and you're doing the training yourself, it's a lot more work, all right, because they're not getting to STSs, so you've got to do a lot more of this and a lot more three-way calls and all that sort of stuff. You can still become amazingly successful. There's no two ways about that. What I love about the events is that it allows a brand new person to get a bigger picture. Because when you're speaking to someone about Herbalife, maybe the only communication they had is with you. So that's their vision of Herbalife. And then they do a three-way call with your coach. And their vision gets a little bit bigger because their coach has got a bit more vision and maybe had been around a little bit longer. And then they might watch one of our videos and they go, wow, there's a few people using Herbalife. And then they get to an STS and they go, oh my God, there's a lot of people doing this. And then they get to a national event and they go, oh my God, this thing is incredible. Then they get to an international event and they go, oh my God, I had no idea this many millions of people around the world were doing Herbalife. Their vision changes. Think about yours when you first started, from when you first heard about Herbalife to walking into the biggest event that you've been to today. Along that journey, did your vision not get bigger and bigger and bigger? Of course it does. That's just how it works. And then we've got our yearly events with your Spectacular, your Extravaganzas, your World Team Schools. These are yearly events. And, like the Spectacular, it's once a year. So if you miss it, you got to wait another 12 months. Now, you can work the business from Spectacular to Spectacular. You can work the business from Extravaganza to Extravaganza because they're yearly. You could work it from World Team School to World Team School. It's entirely up to you, okay? I like working Spectacular because it's at the start of the year. So it's like, bang, we're up, we're running. What's out for the next year? We know we've got the Extravaganza coming up in May. We know we've got our World Team School coming up. We've got our summit coming up. You know the events that are coming in place, and you use every event just to promote the next event and help them get somebody to the next event. So it's really just a funnel that you're helping people go through on a step-by-step process. And I reckon that is almost all I want to cover on that. So just backing up a little bit, guys, backing up to this bit here. Sorry. Okay. The 10 steps to success. Number 1, it's really simple. Get registered, get an experience on the products, write out a list of your goals. Do this with every one of your clients. Do this with every one of your members. Find out what they want. Find out if they know some people that can benefit on the products. Do a grand opening, get on some three-way calls, talk to a few people, help them get to that 35% as fast as you possibly can. So then they're on a bigger discount, which is great for them, all right, because now they're getting the product at a 35% discount, not a 25% discount. They've probably made a little bit of profit, and quite honestly, if they get to 35%, it's probably covered the cost of their products for the next 30 days. That little bit of money that they'll make, the $200 or $300, completely pays for their program for the next 30 days. How cool is that? They're getting their products for free for the next 30 days. And then all of a sudden, guess what? They'll have some reorders coming in. They'll start to make a little bit of cash on the side. It might be just enough to pay for their products and have an extra couple of $100 a month, spending money to spend on the kids, go out for dinner, go to the movies, go to the gold class, whatever it happens to be. And then, you know, you can, if you start duplicating that where they get 4 or 5 clients a month, then your business just starts to grow and grow and grow and grow. If you then add people that are definitely looking at it from a business standpoint, that they want to earn some income, they can go through this a lot faster, okay? The pace is entirely up to you. So that's really all I wanted to cover on this particular call, guys. I've got a couple of promotions that I'm going to run through, but I'm going to stop the recording because it's not going to be relative in a few months' time, the promotions. But I hope you guys got something out of that. I hope you understand about the step-by-step process. I hope you guys realize that there's you know, the 2 groups that you can access with our business group, our coaches group, Live the Life That You Dream, our client group, the Healthy Active Lifestyle client page. Make sure you're accessing this. We also have a Fit Club page called the HALE Hub, Healthy Active Lifestyle Hub. That's where we promote our fit clubs and stuff like that. So you've got access to all of that, and everything you need is in there. All the videos are in there. You've got your My Herbalife site that has there's a gallery in the My Herbalife site. If you go down to Herbalife videos, there's like 2,000 videos in there from doctors and successful people talking about what they did and how they did it. So everything's at your fingertips or at the touch of a phone. And then you've got our Dropbox, which has got all the files that you can use, and you can change them however you want and personalize them and do all of that. Nothing's set in stone. They're just a guideline for you. But if you follow these steps, you are going to build a very, very successful Herbalife business. And for some of you, it'll be so successful that you won't have to work a regular job ever again in your entire life. For some of you, it's going to add a few $100s a month to pay for some bills. For some, it'll mean that you don't have to go to a full-time job. You can just work part-time from home and stuff like that. And for others, it's going to turn into an incredible career. So I hope you got some great stuff from that. And I certainly look forward to seeing you guys at the next event. So I'm just going to stop the recording somehow. Hang on a second. All right, my video doesn't want to work now. Hang on a second. It's just, all right, there we go.